Hello friends, this is a real story that would shock any mother of the 21st century. So hold on to your seat and follow me. First of all, I'll give you a bit of context. I grew up in this old 3-story house in the outskirts of my town. It had a large front garden, a small lawn in the middle, and lots of flowers, shrubs, bushes and trees running along a fence that closed the property from neighbors and street. These pictures are from before the fence was in place. In the late 1960s, street lighting and garden lights were very scarce, if at all, especially in the outskirts. Traffic in the street at night was also very scarce, so silence was the norm, except from some occasional crickets. So walking at night in the garden could be quite spooky, and you needed a flashlight or candles. In fact, one customary game played in birthday parties after dark was taking the kids into the garden and frightening them with the boogeyman. Of course, we were all warned beforehand it was just a game. But even still, it was very exciting. There was lots of space to run around in, and many bushes, trees, and other hideouts to play hide and seek. Now the story. It must have been in an afternoon around 1965 or 1966, and I was playing one of my action games in the garden. Dressed up as an Indian, no shirt on, a headband over my forehead, my bow and arrow in one hand, and a knife tightly held by my teeth, I slowly dragged my body between the bushes in search of a soldier to scalp. Later on, my mother would weep bitterly due to the dirty clothes. But I had a more important mission: save my tribe from the invasion of the Bluecoats. If cars honked in the street, that was the bugle call. If someone walked by next to the fence, I had to duck and stay silent till they disappeared. Then I kept on crawling between the bushes, swerving away from the Bluecoat bullets, the stinging nettle, a weapon that would get me out of the battle. I was about to reach the scalp I was spying on, a cocker spaniel that was sitting at the edge of the forest, unaware of the approaching Sioux, when my elbow hit a stone hidden under the carpet of leaves and soft soil. Ouch! I dropped the knife and other weapons and started caressing my elbow. I wanted to kick that stone into the river. I removed the leaves and twigs, but it wasn't a stone. Oh! Before my eyes lay a handgun, a semi-automatic pistol. I was stunned. At that time, I had some knowledge about guns. My grandfather left some catalogs and handbooks about shotguns and handguns, and I had read them with great interest. I myself owned an air rifle, with which I practiced target shooting and frightening birds. And the truth is, I fancied the idea of using a real gun. However, I suspected that was not a good idea, so I took it over to my dad. My dad, who wasn't in favor of possession and using firearms, tried to explain what had happened. A man jumped into our garden and took advantage of the nice, cool hiding places in the dark of the night and left the gun there. Or optionally, someone threw it over the fence while he was trying to escape and hoping nobody would find the gun on him. If that happened today, it would have triggered a surge of security options. Barbed wires, cameras, alarm systems, double or triple locks, movement detection, and so on. The whole neighborhood would be in a war campaign. The news would be inventing a crime spree and that we should be afraid of our own shadows. We should be slaves of our fear. My dad surely checked it with the police, who probably weren't interested in the find. And as that was a very rare occurrence at that time, my dad kept the gun after removing the firing pin. And life went on as usual. However, tomorrow I would be a spy in the Second World War, finding my way into a German bunker to blow it up. Well, friends, I hope you liked the story and the video. If you did, please subscribe and share as much as you can. The survival of this channel and the stories to come might depend on your help. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to click on the bell if you want to listen to more stories like this one. Well, friends, I hope you liked the story and the video. If you did, please remember to subscribe and share as much as you can. The survival of this channel and the stories to come might depend on your help. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to click on the bell if you want to listen to more stories like this one.